Hey, what's up, y'all? It's poppin'. It's D. About to react to this Hello You Seen vid. So this is regarding the whole J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick beef situation, the love triangle. I already reacted to Cole's diss track on Kendrick over on my Patreon, and I also reacted to Cole's entire mixtape over there as well. So check it out if you're interested. Link down below to my Patreon. Had lots of thoughts about all of that. But yeah, let's hear what he has to say. So this video is titled "Drake Stans Are Trying to Spin This Kendrick Beef." We'll see how they're trying to spin it. Let's watch.
What's poppin', y'all? Recently, Metro Boomin had been hacked. A lot of people didn't believe him, but he continued to give extra evidence, which all leads to, yeah, he actually did get hacked. And I did give him the benefit of the doubt. And I don't think I'm going to follow up and make a whole video about the extra evidence. It kind of just adds to my point, which is that I decided to believe that he was hacked. And it looks to me like I was correct. However, I will be critical of Metro Boomin in that what he's saying now pretty much adds up to what the hackers were saying. So I don't get why he's calling the tweets corny. Like, for instance, what he was saying is, oh, I definitely tweeted this, if you were wondering, when he said, once you pick a side, stay there. And then he replies, what I look like subbing Savage, and we were on the phone for an hour 2 days ago. Y'all should have known something was up then, but negativity and bad news travels faster and further than anything else. And for this, I'm just like, yeah, I believe you were hacked, but the sentiment that the hackers were echoing is the same thing that you're saying right now. So what do you mean, like, corny tweets? That's what I don't get. What I will not allow to happen, which is a wound that I've seen bacteria start to climb into, and if I don't address this, it's going to fester, and people are going to run with it. And I'm hall monitoring the hell out of this, because I will not allow this to happen with every fiber in my being. It would bother me if this happened, which is, Metro's tweeting himself to a lost beef. Metro's corny, this and that, especially with Metro dropped this new tweet. He said, this is not a deluxe. This is completely separate body of work. We still don't trust you. 4/12/2024.
Oh, this new music.
He's already dropping another album. I don't know if that's going to be Future on it too, but people have been giving Drake crazy passes. Listen, I will be the first to say that I said Drake doesn't really have to respond to this. He can wait months, and I think he built a lot of goodwill, like I said in that video, that Kendrick, he has to be a little bit more active for people to put the pressure on Drake. And we're seeing that in real time, because people are saying, oh, Metro Boomin is losing, and Drake didn't have to say anything. This isn't about Metro Boomin or Drake. Let's keep it a buck. Metro Boomin has issues with Drake, and people knew that. But that's not enough for it to be a huge, huge thing, because Metro Boomin's still a producer.
I agree. Or
disagreements, issues between a producer and a rapper, especially a rapper that doesn't really work with that producer often, does not matter. It's not going crazy. Now, top rappers like Kendrick or Future going at or taking shots at Drake, yes, that matters, and that's exactly what we're talking about. So Future didn't say anything. Future didn't tweet out anything. Kendrick didn't say anything. Kendrick didn't tweet out anything. That's not what they do. They're not doing the most. Metro Boomin's promoting his album. If this was anybody else, and they weren't taking shots at Drake, if this was Metro Boomin and he was taking shots at anybody else, these Drake meat slobberers,
whoa,
like they are, they're the meat preparers. Like, they're hammering down on Drake's meat. They would not be given this much leeway. Drake's posting Instagram captions over here. He's throwing up middle fingers. He's taking shots at Travis Scott at his shows. Some people were saying, oh, that's in every show, but not every show is he pointing at it as if he's taking shots at it. It was just an effect before. So the fact that Drake gets to just kick it, meanwhile, he's throwing subs at everybody, saying he's the greatest, and there's no pressure applied on him. Meanwhile, with every other rapper, they're like, yo, it's been 48 hours. Where's your response? It's been 36 hours. Where's your response?
Oh, I'm putting the pressure on Drizzy. Come on, Aubrey, get it together. I've definitely been putting the pressure on him.
These guys sold like 250K in a week, got a number one. I think they're about to be number one a second week. And crickets. We've heard crickets from the supposed GOAT, who some people consider Drake the greatest of all time. Really. And now that we look back at it, what beefs has Drake overcome, right? He washed Meek Mill, but Meek Mill was never on Drake's level. And I'm saying this as someone that in the early 2010s, Nothing Was the Same, I was messing with Meek more than Drake. Would I have considered him a better rapper, better skill-wise, probably not if I was being objective. But when it came down to whose music I enjoyed more, Meek 100%. After the beef, things changed. Or just after 2015, really, when Drake dropped If You're Reading This Too Late, that changed my entire perception of him. But Pusha T, people are saying he washed him. So this is the supposed GOAT who's afraid of Lil Ol Kendrick, who people are calling him mid now. Oh, man. Listen, Drake has been ducking his tail. I don't care what narrative is trying to be spun. I don't care what reason Metro Boomin has for beefing with Drake. Like, the rumors are it was over a girl, which the girl that they believed it was over, the internet believed it was over, said this wasn't even about her. But regardless of why they have the beef, this has nothing to do with Kendrick and Drake. That's what I'm going to repeatedly bring this back to. Kendrick, Drake. Future, Drake. 21 Savage isn't really a part of this. If people want to be critical of 21 Savage on his own, when he says, oh, people should pick a side, and here he's kind of sidestepped, sure, you can do that. But that's not the topic of this video. The topic is Drake versus Future or Kendrick Lamar. Not Drake, Metro Boomin. Don't deviate. It was on Metro Boomin's album, but who was spitting the bars? And don't tell me Metro Boomin definitely ain't writing no Kendrick Lamar bars. So we're not going to spin this to put the spotlight on Metro Boomin, like, hey, everybody make fun of Metro Boomin. This guy's acting out. And I will say, to Metro Boomin, we've known Metro Boomin for tweeting thank God for the day and just producing hits. He isn't a brand. He isn't a personal brand of a producer. He has a strong brand as a producer, but we just know him as like, yo, you drop bangers, you work with artists, you work with great artists, you've come up with great artists, like Young Thug, repeatedly worked with Future, kind of pretty much came up with Travis Scott as well. And that's what we know you for. And also had his own successful albums, and 21 Savage, of course. We don't know Metro Boomin for talking a lot, but this is generating a lot of promotion. And like I said to my earlier point, this is great. The guy's selling amazingly. The songs are charting very high. They're staying on the charts. And he's about to drop another album, like keeping his foot on people's necks, not necessarily Drake. And then people want to award Drake credit for this? Yo, let's get out of here, man.
That don't make sense.
Like, listen, I know Drake makes some good music. Sure, you may even put him top something of all time. And I enjoy Drake's music. But we're not going to start changing the topic, holding him to different standards than we do anybody else. That is not going to happen. Because if you guys remember, years ago, I think this was even before Everyday Struggle, or maybe during in the early days, when Joe Budden went on an onslaught of dissing Drake in different songs. I mean, Joe Budden went in. And Drake never responded. And people were saying, or he responded with like slight subs, but people were saying, oh, Joe Budden's quote unquote washed, he's not lit, why would Drake even respond? Okay, so the biggest rapper after Drake, or in the top 3 with Drake, of the same class, who Drake took on his first tour, who now is widely regarded, and a lot of people will say Kendrick is a better rapper than Drake. A lot of people will even say Kendrick makes better bodies of work than Drake.
Everybody.
I'm not necessarily saying that, so get off me with that in the comment section. And then he comes at Drake. So what's Drake's excuse now? Oh, well, like Drake's just biding his time. He's making moves. He's just thinking maybe Kendrick Lamar got something else in the cut. I don't care about that. Get to replying. Get to doing something. And this is somebody that says Drake doesn't need to reply. But for the fans that want to spin this and say Drake won by saying nothing, no. Kendrick Lamar said nothing. They dropped it on the track. Future said nothing. Dropped it on the track. Drake is the one that's throwing up IG captions, photos, and subs that he's getting out everywhere, which is exactly what I said he should do. I think Drake is doing exactly what Drake should do. What I'm aiming at is the fans and meat riders that want to just kind of like pull the wool over our eyes and be like, yo, it's basically like, yo, check out this side. Don't look at this. This is the truth. I want you to look at how I'm painting it for you to support Drake. And, this is like a Drake Metro Boomin. Like, look what this guy Metro Boomin is doing. Yeah, man, this guy was hacked, and then he's tweeting, and then he's coming at 21 Savage, and then he's kind of backpedaling because he somewhat took shots at 21 Savage.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like people are focusing on what's important. Drake definitely needs to respond. Okay, he needs to get in the stew and cook some up, because he does look kind of weak right now, not responding. It's been a while, and you have nothing to say. Cole has already dropped, so it's about that time, in my personal opinion. But yeah, we're gonna see what takes place. I'm surprised that RDC World haven't released a video yet. I would have thought they would have been on it and dropped a video like right after Cole dropped the diss track, but they haven't. So I wonder what's going on. What's going on with people? I feel like people aren't really discussing this as heavily as I thought they would. I see a couple videos here and there kind of talking about it, but I don't see like as much discourse surrounding this. I don't know. Maybe I just am not seeing it, but y'all let me know. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about all this. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.